Good evening, everyone. Mr. Nayak, Mr. Mayappan, friends from the Times of India group, my colleagues, Radha, Mangat, Jayanti, I can see Anish and Rahul and many other colleagues, and Nimal, Anurag, everyone who's seated over here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for these kind words. I would like to thank Times of India for giving an opportunity to all of us to come and talk about the work that is being done. It's a beautiful evening, and as we talk, I'd like you to just think about 2-3 important things. Everybody spoke about technology. My colleagues highlighted, the excellent and outstanding work that is being done. But there's so much of work being done by nature, where we have no role to create what is going around us. And I keep repeating this, but I will say this again. As we are talking, I don't know how many of you would know that in coastal districts, not only in Tamil Nadu, but in other coastal districts like coastal states like Odisha, there is a magic of nature that's happening. You have hundreds and lakhs of turtles coming to nest on the shores of Tamil Nadu and elsewhere as we are talking. As we are seated here in this room today evening, in this beautiful evening, millions of migratory birds are flying over our skies in the hope that they would come to the water bodies to nest, which the water bodies that Nimal is rejuvenating. As I'm talking to you, there are hundreds and thousands of Amur falcons. They are migrating from Siberia, coming to Nagaland, eating termites, and migrating all the way to Africa to, spend time and then come back. You know what? Flying continuously without a break, 3,000 kilometers in just 30 to 38 hours. That's happening. There's so many things happening. As I'm talking to you, the world around us is moving. We can see the moving blades of the windmills. But sitting here, or even whatever we are doing, are we aware of what's happening in the world around us, under the ground, in the environment, in the skies? You can't even fathom. We don't even have, the technology to find out how these birds, the GPS system that we rely on, even to go from one place to another place, to rely on the GPS map, because we can't find the addresses, how these birds find it year after year after year on these migratory pathways, the ancient pathways that have been created not by us, not by humans, but created by nature. What is our contribution? What are we doing? Are we creating something new? No, we are destroying. Rather than protecting it, which we have not created. Millions of years of pathways that have been created by nature, we are not even protecting it, we are destroying it. Plastic, pollution, we're just doing everything that these memories on our beaches, just throwing the plastic, garbage, playing loud music, ensuring that the turtles which come there on our beaches, they're not, able to nest. So at least, the least we can do is not to destroy. and at least to conserve and preserve what millions of years the nature has created. These ancient pathways, the ancient systems of nature, the purple frog in Anamalai Tiger Reserve that comes only for few days in a year, or the millions of fireflies, they will come now in the month of April and they will light up the skies in Anamalai Tiger Reserve. Or a matriarch, an elephant who will be, leading the pathway for the entire herd, for including her calves, to see to it that, she safely crosses. Can we at least do something environment we talk about to make sure that we don't destroy it? That is the ask. Is that too much to ask from us human beings? And that's why whatever we do, you have to think what you are doing to create or to protect the system that's around you. So when you generate electricity, or when you create a dam, or when you create a mega building, you need to see, what actually it is going to do to nature. That's a very important role. That's a very, what should I say? That's the work of God. And that should be very, very important. It should be done properly. Now, coming back from this emotional appeal that I spoke, it's important that we take this nature in, seriously. Because if these things disappear, even we will not be there. Human beings will not be there. You need to see this kind of a vision. You need to protect this. You need to keep this for our children, for generations to come. That's why it is very important to do what needs to be done. As my colleagues already said, that's why under the able leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, we were able to set up India's first climate company, the Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company, a leading body. It's a Section 8 company, it's a not-for-profit company, to create that kind of a policy framework which would enable all of us, all the departments, whether it is Radha's department, Mangat's department, or it is Rahul's, or it is Jayanti's, to roll out what is the vision for the state of Tamil Nadu. There are only two things that are important in any scheme of things. One, what is your vision? And second, how do you execute it? And that's why it's important that you have the policy and you have the framework, so that the policy can stand on the framework and then it can, it can be rolled out. So, talking about the endangered species in the state of Tamil Nadu, our Chief Minister announced setting up of the Endangered Species Fund, so that even small species, which I'm sure many of you would not have seen, slender loris, could be protected. And Tamil Nadu is building India's first slender loris conservation center, which is coming up in Dindigul. We are building India's first turtle conservation center at Gindi to protect these small animals, which they play like, they are like a puzzle. They play a very important role in an ecosystem. And then Tamil Nadu has notified India's first dugong conservation reserve in the Gulf of Mannar to protect this beautiful species, dugongs. Because why? Biodiversity is important. It's like the variety of food. If you don't have, you will not survive. Biodiversity is so important. If you don't have biodiversity, you don't have our planet. So in order to protect biodiversity, it's important for us to make sure that we conserve. But how do you make sure it is connected to the environment? So do you know this? That if dugongs have to survive, the seagrass has to be there, because that's the only food that dugongs will eat. For the seagrass to be there, your climate has to be good. Because if seagrass has to thrive, the pH of that seawater has to be stable. And there are so many factors that are required. Mangroves, how it is important, for climate as well as for biodiversity. So in Tamil Nadu, we have mapped the entire coast to see to it that wherever there is a possibility for mangroves, we should be able to, plant mangroves and rejuvenate. And it is to the credit of the entire team, the army of, officers, staff, people, and the local community that we have been able to bring 2,400 hectares of new mangroves planted and 1,200 hectares of mangroves rejuvenated. But governance or climate change is not about numbers. It's not about numbers at all. It's about the impact that you would create. So today, we have 42 People's Mangrove Councils. We're calling it as the Mangrove Councils in the villages, which is led by people, especially women. And government is supporting these mangrove councils so that the entire mangrove initiative is a people-led initiative. So wherever people lead, you succeed. Wherever there is a community action, it is sustainable. It is very, very important to engage with communities, especially with local communities. So we want in Tamil Nadu, as our Chief Minister has always given us this particular guidance, that if development has to be sustainable, it has to be people-led development for it to be sustainable. And trust me, that is what we are trying to create in Tamil Nadu. I can go on, but I'll quickly, wrap up by saying few important things that I think it's important to share. And we have a kind of a panel discussion where you will discuss more about these initiatives. But there are 4 missions in Tamil Nadu led by Tamil Nadu Green Climate Company, which is leading the action. How? Our action is led by science and data and powered by TNPCB, yes, because it is not only a regulator, TNPCB is also a facilitator. Did you know where in India you will have a regulator who also runs at least 10 programs for facilitating industries? The green rating program that Pollution Control Board does is the first program in India which provides sustainable green rating to any industry to make them future ready. And already more than 7 industries have received the green rating and many more are in the queue. It also operates a system by which the discarded fishing net is purchased from the fishermen and paid for so that it does not land as a ghost net in our oceans. And Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board is preventing tons and tons of this discarded nets from getting into the ocean. We will soon be having a conference where we will be presenting to you the air pollution report of Tamil Nadu. We started with 4 cities in Tamil Nadu which were non-attainment cities, and which means they were not following or complying with the national standards for air pollution. Thanks to the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister and the teamwork, that number is only 1 now. There's only 1 city which is non-attaining city and all others. So in an era when you get up and you read about so much of a pollution, I think you should look at the data, which will soon be in partnership with Times of India. We'll soon be bringing the pollution data to people so that you have transparent data in front of you. And I'll close by saying that the Green Tamil Nadu mission, you saw, we have notified 100 new forests in the last 5 years in Tamil Nadu, which is more than 135 square kilometers of land being brought under, greenery or under the legal protection, and also the notification of the urban greening policy, the climate change mission, which Rahul, my colleague, would be talking about, the wetland missions having 20 Ramsar sites, the highest anywhere in India, and also the TN Shore, which is now setting up benchmarks, the kind of centers of excellence one after the other, including a migratory bird center that's going to come in Viluppuram. So one after the other, you see that, these things would be coming up, and very soon people of Tamil Nadu will also see the work that we are doing with Kariyachali Island, which is in the Gulf of Mannar, where government of Tamil Nadu is restoring an island. The work has already begun. And, these things are long-term, measures that are being taken by the government of Tamil Nadu while creating shields in, bioshields in Tuticorin, bioshields in Kadalur, and so many places. So I think it's a partnership. And our motto is building a resilient future for the people of Tamil Nadu together. And this word together and with people, that is something which should resonate, whether it is energy security, whether it is sustainability or circularity, or whether it is biodiversity connection with climate change. You cannot separate biodiversity and climate change because the life depends upon each other. And if climate is not stable, and it is impossible for us to protect our biodiversity. So I just want to say that here, I think Tamil Nadu is definitely, government is building a climate resilient future for these people of Tamil Nadu. And that is such an exciting, area of work for all of us. I think this is the time when we have an opportunity, convert the adverse impact of climate change into an opportunity. And together we shall, I'm sure. And I want to once again thank Times of India. By the way, this slogan is not given by me. It's given by the Times of India team. I don't want to take the credit for that. The credit goes to them. And I think the entire, the way they have designed the entire discussion, the sessions, it is truly impressive. And I'm sure the message would certainly reach people. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your patient listening. And when you step out after the session gets over, think about what I told you when I started, that everything that you do has an impact. So think and then do. Nandri.